You like to change your body and your life in the next 30 days? Well, watch this video for a simple 3-step routine that can put you on a path to lifetime fitness and health. Just got done working out. A little sweaty today. Well, that was a brutal workout, and I'll tell you about that later in the video. But to start off with, first of all, I hope that you're here because you've finally decided that it's time to make a change. You are tired of looking at what you're looking at in the mirror, you're tired of feeling the way you're feeling, and you're ready to commit to doing something that's going to change your life and change your fitness and health. If you're not here for that reason, then thanks for coming by. Go watch a cat video and let me get on with the folks who are very interested in changing their lives. So there's tons of advertisement and information out there barraging you all the time about how you can take this pill or do this 10-minute workout or do 8-minute abs, all these things that promise instant results. If you think about how you got to where you are right now, it didn't happen in 10 minutes. It didn't happen by taking a pill. It happened through a lifetime of choices, of decisions, and of activities. Whatever has been your routine for the last 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, however old you are, that's what makes you what you are today. So if you want to change what you are today, you're probably going to have to change the routine that you're on today. So how do you do that? Well, there's a lot of rehab programs that kind of subscribe to the notion that something becomes a habit after 21 days. So I'm looking at doing this for 30 days. If you do all these things for 30 days in a row, you're going to not only feel different, you're going to look different, and you're going to think different. So we're going to think in terms of 30 days. So how do you break the habits, the routine, of the things that you've been doing for all this time in your life? Well, it usually takes somewhat of a shock to your system. It takes something that gets you out of your comfort zone and just gets you going down a completely different path. So my first step in this program is getting your mind in a condition where you're willing to work through stuff that's difficult. You're willing to do something that's physically hard, because we're talking about your physical body here. It's physically hard, and because it's physically hard, it's also mentally hard, and it's going to be something that you want to quit, but you're going to make yourself do it just to get your mind stronger so that your mind can adapt to the notion that you can work through something even when you want to quit. You've probably already experienced, if you're 40, 50, 60 years old, there's almost no chance you made it all this way without experiencing something in your life, either physical or in business or at your job, that you wanted to quit. I mean, you just, in the worst way, you wanted to quit, but there was some reason, someone important, something out there that was keeping you going. In the back of your mind, you said, you know what, I can't quit, I got to get this done. And you gutted it out, you got through it, and you accomplished it. Well, that's what this is about, is getting your mind where that's a normal way for you to think, is that you can do things that are difficult regardless of your mind wanting you to quit. So, and since this is about really changing your whole routine, we want to start changing your routine first thing in the morning. So here's the first steps. Number one is wake up 15 minutes earlier than what you normally wake up. Give yourself that extra 15 minutes to do something different in your morning that's going to change the rest of your day. The second part of this is, what's the something different you're going to do? You're going to jump in the shower, turn it on hot, take your hot shower, and at the end of that shower, you're going to turn that thing over to cold, and you're going to stay there for 2 minutes. Stay in that cold shower for 2 minutes. No matter how much you want to get out, you're not going to die, but you're going to be training your mind to gut it out through something that you really just want to quit. And not only that, there are some other benefits. We won't go into that here, but there is benefits to a cold shower that are benefits to your body and your health. So the cold shower is the first step of changing your program in the morning. Second part of that morning program, so we got getting up early, we got the cold shower, and one more thing to add is you need to put some positive input into your mind first thing in the morning. So rather than getting up, looking at your phone, looking at your emails, going to Facebook, looking at all the BS that you're barraged with, everyday advertisement and crap, find something good to listen to. Find a simple podcast. A couple of my favorites are Andy Frisella and Bedros Keuilian. Those are both a couple of guys that have built substantial net worths, substantial empires, we'll say. Bedros Keuilian is the guy who started the Fit Body boot camps, and Andy Frisella also has a very interesting kind of rags to riches story, both of them. And we all admire that rags to riches story because it gives us hope that even though we're like 97% of all the people on the planet, we're just living an average life, that somehow we could be the ones who go from rags to riches. And that's really an important part of this, is that you have the ability to be the hero in your own journey, just like those guys are. And when it comes to your body, that's probably the best place for you to experience the hero's journey, because it isn't going to be a lack of resources. It'll only be a lack of resourcefulness if you don't experience that journey, because you have all the things you need to get yourself in shape and become this best version of yourself. They're all available right at your fingertips. Okay, so the next part of this is the workout. Now, most of us, by the time if you're in your 60s, you might have all the time in the world. You might be retired and you just have time on your hands, so time's not a factor. But if you're still in the working world, time can be a crunch for you. But it's probably safe to say that almost everyone has 30 minutes a day that they can use to do something that benefits their body, whether that's at the end of your workday or before your workday. My recommendation would be to do it before your workday, or perhaps in the middle of your workday, because you just have more energy at those times of day than you do after the whole day's gone by. You've been through all the stresses of the day, the BS at work, the negative people you encounter. Much better to do it on a fresh mind, especially right after you got done listening to somebody's positive message in the morning. So, but whenever you can get it in. Plan on devoting 30 minutes per day to your exercise routine. So the simplest thing that you can do, there's tons of different exercises we could go through. Here's how you properly bench press, here's how you properly do squats, do all these things. We don't need to do all that. We don't need to complicate this. It's really just a simple matter of you need resistance exercise and you need to stimulate your heart and lungs to get fully functionally fit. So we can do all of those things with just your body, just some simple body weight exercises. So my recommendation is we divide this up over a 3-day routine, then have a day of rest, and then repeat the same 3 days. So the 3-day routine, because we need time to recover, is going to be really simple. Again, this is 30 days. This is not the same routine you're going to do for a lifetime. In fact, doing the same routine for a lifetime is counterproductive. You want to change things up because your body adapts fairly quickly to a routine, and it won't improve anymore. So you've got to be changing things up. But for this 30 days, we're going to keep it very simple. So we're going to divide it up into your body into 2 parts, really just upper and lower, chest, shoulders, triceps, and then legs. And that's going to be the simplest way for us to do this. So, day 1, we're going to do squats. That's all we're going to do is squats. Simple, basic squats, nice and slow. You're really going to look at this in terms of you're practicing the best possible form you can do. And the number of squats you're going to do is whatever your age is. However old you are in years, you're going to do that many squats. You're going to try and do them all in a row without stopping, but if you can't, stop, take a breather, and start back up until you get them all done. And then each subsequent day throughout this 30-day period that you come back to doing squats again, add 1 squat to that routine. So if you're 40 years old, first day you're going to do 40. When you cycle back around to doing squats again, you're going to do 41 until you get to the end of the week. And just for a quick show how to do a squat properly, you're going to put your feet a little more than shoulder width apart. You're going to go down nice and slow. It's good if you can touch the ground and come back up. Then do it with the other arm and come back up. Simple as that. Again, this is kind of geared towards beginners. If you have equipment, you want to do it with weights, more power to you, awesome. But just to get started, and you might be in bad enough shape where you need to put a chair under your butt. When you squat down and sit on the chair and get back out. Whatever level of fitness you're capable of, this is an easy way to start, and it'll surprise you what it'll do for you in that short period of time. The next exercise for the next day is going to be push-ups. Pretty much everyone knows the dynamics of a push-up. If you're in too bad a shape, too heavy, if you're not familiar with the simple push-up, the easier push-up, put your knees on the ground instead of putting your toes on the ground, and then you're not pushing quite as much body weight. But if you can do a push-up, it's the same program. The day one, you're going to do whatever your age is. If you're 40 years old, you're going to do 40 push-ups. If you're 60 years old, guess what? It doesn't get easier because you got older. So start with whatever your age is, and then each time you cycle back around, add one more push-up to that routine. The third day is going to be high-intensity interval training. The reason for doing this is it not only stimulates your heart and lungs, but it stimulates your muscles as well. So it's a kind of an active recovery day for the other exercises. And there's a lot of different ways you can do high-intensity interval training. But again, I want to keep this simple. And so we're going to just simplify it down to a burpee, just a simple burpee. So here's a simplified burpee. Start from a standing up position, go down, push your feet back, do a push-up, pull your feet up, and jump up. Simple as that. Again, if you're in really bad condition, you can do that in super, super slow motion. It's not a question of really trying to do the most you can do. It's a question of doing them correctly, don't injure yourself, and doing them at a level that's stimulating your heart and lungs. You should be breathing hard. In fact, for me, so back to my workout right before we started this thing, I just did my 30 minutes of burpees. I did 209 burpees in 30 minutes. That was brutal. Most people will be lucky to get, if you're just starting, even doing 2 or 3 burpees is a challenge. So you might just get 1 or 2 or 3, and you got to take a breather, then you go again. But plan on going for 30 minutes, if you can do it, for 30 minutes in a row. You might have to start off with less time because you just might physically not be capable of getting there. But if you can go for 30 minutes, if you can gut it out, 30 minutes, make it no less than 15 minutes, and then work your way up to 30 minutes if that's what you have to do. But again, this is a mind over matter situation. You can do 30 minutes unless you have a bad heart or something really physically preventing you from doing it. It's really going to be a mental thing. You're going to get tired. You're going to say, man, that's enough. I got to quit. Keep going. Keep going. That's the whole point of the exercise, is to push your body beyond and push your mind beyond where you want to say, I quit. So the third thing is diet. I hate that word diet, because diet, it just brings up connotations of starving yourself, restricting your lifestyle, those kind of things. I don't want you to do any of that. I'm going to make this so simple, it's ridiculous. The only thing you need to do different than whatever you're doing now is eliminate all wheat and grain products from your diet for 30 days. Just don't eat any bread, no pasta, cereal, none of the stuff that's made from wheat or grains. Just do that one simple thing, and I think 2 things are going to happen. One, it eliminates a bunch of carbohydrates from your diet that are making, they're especially quickly digested carbohydrates that make your insulin levels go up and down and really have an impact on your body fat and on your muscles. So it's going to do that, and most people do have some sort of sensitivity to wheats and grains. So it's very likely that if you have body pain, aches and pains, some inflammation and stuff, that you might experience a big change there as well, just from doing that one simple thing. Okay, so let's recap. So 3 basic steps, 3 basic parts of this routine are the mental part, the physical part, and the dietary part. The mental part is getting up a little bit earlier, doing the cold shower, putting something in your mind that's positive, and that's it on the mental part. Second part is the physical part. 3 basic exercise routines that you do 3 days in a row. Take 1 day off and start over again for the next 30 days. Just continue that cycle. And then the third part is a simple change in your dietary program. Go ahead and do whatever else you're doing so you don't make too many changes, so you can see the benefits of just making that one simple change. And you won't be able to say, well, it might have been this, it might have been that. No, just make that one change, just one. And then you'll be able to tell whether it made a difference or not. And if you are successful at this, if you will go through with it, I would love to see your before and after pictures, get your comments, and any input you can give me about how this helped you or didn't help you. My email is info@truefit.com, same as the name of the channel, info@truefit.com. So please send me pictures, comments, anything you want there, and of course comment in the video down below. And good luck on your journey. Oh, and one last thing. If you find this useful, please share it and please subscribe. It helps me continue to bring videos that hopefully give you some value and some entertainment. Thanks for watching.